Hello, once again. It's been a minute since I've done the a keyboard build. After making that huge switch comparison video, I decided to take a little bit of time to get things settled. But this time, we're doing a solder build. We're doing the Xiudi XD68 with a carbon fiber plate and this really nice aluminum case. For about $150, you can get all the pieces as well. It comes with no foam whatsoever, and it is a tray mount. So it's kind of likened to like the Tofu 65 or something along those lines. Something to keep in mind is that you will have to buy your own stabilizers, but it does come with these little feet and the screws that are required to actually, screw the PCB and plate into the thing once it's all constructed. But the stabilizers I bought separately. These are Everglide stabilizers, which I'm quite happy with. I didn't holy mod them or anything, not this time. This is more of a casual build aside from, soldering. As for switches, I was between my new creation, the Bobavenders, and the C3 equals Kiwis, but in the end, I picked the Kiwis because I didn't want to mess up a bunch of extra Franken switches. However, just so you know, these are the Akko lavender stems in the Boba U4T housing. They are really, really tactile. It's kind of crazy. But I also feel like I messed up a few based on opening up my Bobas. So just be aware of that if you want to try it yourself. I don't know if I showed it last time, but it's just a good habit to get into if you do get a board like this, or even hot swap. I think when it's a separate component, you always want to make sure that every single one of the switches works, or the PCB works. So you want to take some tweezers and just test the inputs for each of the key presses. It'll help you in case you do the whole build and then it doesn't work. That would be bad. So you always want to test it first. Just keep that in mind. Then we just want to assemble the stabilizers. I'm using Krytox 205 grade 0 on the inner housing and some dielectric grease for the wires. The wire is pretty tight in there, so just keep that in mind if you also get the Everglide stabilizers. Next, I was just going to install the switches into the plate. I wanted to install a couple in the top left because I wanted to be able to line them up. Because the plate doesn't always have a perfect alignment with the solder switches, so I wanted to measure twice, cut once, basically. It's better to install in each corner, and then a couple in the middle, and then just keep going from there. Just make sure that the clips do indeed clip when you put them in. If you need to kind of pull up from the bottom of the plate a little bit to make sure they clip in, that will help you, because getting the ones in the middle after you've installed a couple more is going to be really difficult. So just make sure that they're all the way in, and then fit them with the PCB every now and again to make sure that they're all lined up. I only messed up one, and even then I could have just used a stepped caps lock, but I'm stupid, and I forgot about stepped caps locks, but that would have actually been really cool. Anyway, desoldering was fun. I had to learn how to do that, but that's okay. And there we go. All we have to do is make sure that the plate and PCB are in parallel and lined up with one another. I actually find this a little easier if there is plate foam. Unfortunately, this one did not come with any. And making your own is kind of a pain. Now we just solder, and I'm not going to show all of the soldering because, to be honest, I did a couple to make sure that I knew what the hell I was doing. It's been, a few years since I've soldered anything, and I mostly got this board to actually practice, hint hint, at another board that I'm going to build in the future. And soldering, pretty damn fun, I'll be honest with you. I've had a really good time making this board. Except for that the smoke was blowing straight into my face, so I had to hold my breath the whole time and got a little lightheaded, but that's okay. I am by no means an expert at soldering, by the way, but just in case you wanted to know my process, you just gotta heat up the pin and the donut part. I don't know what it's called, but the little metal ring under that the switch solders to. I use a soldering iron at about 300 Celsius. And then you just kind of melt the thing in there. Apparently you're not supposed to touch the wire to the actual iron tip, but I mean it works, so I don't know. And here it is. the completed PCB with all the switches soldered in there. It was pretty fun. I really enjoy soldering, and I can't wait to do more of it. Now I just gotta install it in the case. I just slot it in there, and then I'm going to fast forward the boring part where I use a bunch of my wow stick to screw all the little screws into the tray. This was a pretty quick and fun little build. Now just gonna put the feet onto the bottom of it so that, you know, I can put it on hard surfaces without worrying about aluminum on whatever it is. Man, I'm really always scared when I do these. Like, I'm more nervous about putting these damn stickers on this than I am like soldering a board, which is really saying something. And I'm going to ask for help in the future because I don't like doing it. But it is satisfying once they're in, and they feel pretty premium. I'm always surprised by those 3M sticky products. They do a good job at holding things in place. That's a weird sentence, but I don't know. They're in everything. And as for the keycaps, I'm going with these Akko ASA profile Doubleshot PBTs. For $60, they're some of the best keycaps I've ever used. They're very, very, very nice. And they come in a very fancy little case with like a magnetic closer and stuff. I like them a lot, and they look great on a build, and I'm really excited for you to see them. And I forgot to get the footage of me putting them on, so we're gonna go straight to the sound test. So that's it. That's the keyboard. I like it a lot. I honestly was kind of just building it as like a pure practice thing for my next board. Ooh, hint. It's gonna be a while though. But anyway, I was building it for a practice board, and I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. And I honestly kind of thought I would stop liking the Kiwis as much as I did too. But man, I really like using this board, and I actually switch it out pretty often with my main board. I like both a lot for very different reasons. And I actually really like 65% as well. I thought 75 was kind of the lowest I could go, but I'm really enjoying this board, and it's a lot of fun to use. It also is very satisfying to type on. If you didn't get that from the sound test, I really enjoy it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. It is kind of a slightly shorter video than normal, but it was a fun one to make. Definitely unique, and I had not done a solder build before this, and I have a few more things planned. They're kind of more silly things. Only one more build in the pipeline at the moment, but hopefully I'm gonna keep making more stuff. I'm excited to keep going. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Fuck, shit, fuck, bitch, fuck. I always start the recording and then I type while I'm in Audacity, so then it fucking like clicks like 18 buttons in Audacity and like stops the recording, and I'm like, fuck. Anyway, we're good. I'm gonna do it one more time, sorry.